Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Sheena Kantar here, in case you didn't know. Stop what you're doing and just listen. Are you trying to get something? You're trying to get a goal. You're trying to get something off the vision board. You've been told, sure, the law of attraction, you can get anything you want. And here's the thing that I have learned. Now remember, don't believe me. Don't believe a word I say. But if there's some truth resonating inside you, you might want to pay attention to what I'm saying because I am new. There you go. Go figure. There may be different things on the outside, different circumstances I've gone through, but everything on the inside, we're all going through the same things. It just depends on the different circumstances that make it look all different, but all the same feelings inside. You are me and I am you. And let me tell you, by the time you get to 53, you've had a few things going on in your life. But I'm still here. I'm still smiling. And guess what? So are you. You're already 100% successful in doing in being here right now. You're 100% successful in getting through anything so far in your life. Wow. So why do we worry about the future? Isn't that funny? Why do we worry about the future when we're already 100% successful here right now today? How good's that? Do you feel already better about yourself? I hope so. Oh, and here's another thing. You were born perfect and you were born rich, and don't be letting anybody tell you any different. Don't be accepting anything less. You really were. There is no self-development. There is no personal development. I mean, we could really go on a story of that there is no person, there is no you to develop in the first place, but sure, that's for another time. You're perfect. It's just if you could take all the rubbish that you're thinking, that you put on top of yourself or taken on board from somebody else, if we could just clear all that away, then you could see yourself and you could actually see how awesome you are. But here's the thing, your goals, are they ego-based or are they heart-centered? Are they your heart's desires? What I've noticed when I've tried to push something, I want this, I want this. And yes, I've seen it, and so it is mine already. But I've been so much in my head. It's mine, I claim it, I demand it. It's been so forceful. It's like the masculine energy. That's just the 2%. The masculine energy is just to give an instruction and just agree and accept. And then the female energy, the feminine energy. Now, we're not talking about male and female as in men and women. That's not what we're talking about here, for goodness sake. It's just a different vibration, a different energy. One gives an instruction and the other one makes it happen. Wow. So when it's an ego-based one, it's all in your mind. You're not actually connected with it. You see the yacht or the big house on your vision board, and why isn't it here? Because it said if I have it, but you see, you look at it and then it's not internalized. It's not in your heart. And is that what you really want anyway? Or is it just because you've seen pictures of it and you're programmed to think that that's what it is, that happiness is, a big house and a yacht and 10 cars? So then some people just give up and just go, well, that's just materialism. But there isn't anything material in this world. You might want to go and check the science on that, by the way. Don't believe me. There's nothing material. This is not a material world. Even though Madonna said we're living in a material world, it's not a material world. It's a vibrational one. So the ego one is very much mind and it's force. And I should have. And why isn't it here yet? And then you have the heart one that just is like, oh, yes. Yes. And there's so much more deeper reasons for you to want it and have it. It's in every cell of your body. Perhaps you've been asking for something and then you get an idea and you can feel it in your heart. Like just the center here, it's just like, yes, that's it. And it's like a quiet resonance. You just resonate with it and you go, yes, 100%. That's what I want. Now, here's the thing is that spirit is living through you and moving through you. Like, you can call it life, you can call it God. I mean, goodness knows that word God has had so many bad things, wrapped all around it in beliefs by the time everybody's finished with it, for goodness sake. You know, I mean, as you can hear, I'm from Northern Ireland, and so we had apparently religion fighting each other. I mean, come on, just come on. There's concepts and beliefs that have been programmed into you, for goodness sake. When you can really, really start to see yourself, start to see who you are, you realize that everybody is just you. And you become what you think about. So if I think about something for long enough, then I embody it in every cell of my body. But here's the thing, is that so an ego versus a heart one, the ego will be demanding and it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. You would never be like that if you had something like, I don't talk about my breathing like that, do I? It's my breath. I don't talk about my heart like that. It's my heart, because what I have, I very rarely actually even notice. I have to pay attention and be grateful that my heart is beating and grateful that I'm breathing. Because that tends to be the times whenever we notice something, is whenever there's something going wrong. Why don't we notice it whenever everything is just right? And perhaps if we could turn things around, instead of the 10 things that happened in your day that went right and the one thing that went wrong, and then you spend all your time on that one thing that went wrong, and then you bring it into tomorrow, and then you bring it into tomorrow, and then you bring it into tomorrow. What if you just focused on the 10 things that were right? So notice the difference between your ego and your heart, because that's telling you what you want and what the world is telling you what you want. Have you really, really seen the difference? Felt the difference in it? Because that would be the key to and you're not manifesting anything, let me tell you, it's already done. It's already done. You're like 6 seconds behind what's going on. Sure, even in the Bible it says, before you will have asked, I will have answered. That's because it came up through your subconscious anyway, telling you, hello, you can have this. It's all these thoughts, all thoughts are things floating around in the air, and you're just picking up on them. And you can accept or reject. And there's nothing else you really need to do. And it will be done unto you. But if you're trying to force things to happen, well, you're just in complete resistance and screaming out to the universe that you don't have them. And so the universe gives you more of don't having. Those that hath, more will be given. Those who have not, even that which they have, will be taken away from them. That seems a bit unfair, that, doesn't it? But it's a universal law. It is science. It is quantum physics. It is basically saying that if you have the feeling of having, then you're on a certain frequency. And then the universe will come along and meet you at that frequency, because it's just floating around there anyway. And so if you're on the frequency of have, well, then you will meet with the having. And if you're on the frequency of have not, doesn't matter how much you shout, it doesn't matter how much you cry, it doesn't how much you demand, or it's not fair, I've done all the work, and look, nothing's happened, yada, yada, yada. You will continue to meet with the have-nots. And in fact, it is a spiral downwards that keeps taking things away from you. So do us a favour. Help your neighbours out. Help your family out, because your vibration is affecting everybody around you. Come from your heart and know it's already yours. Feel good. Feel into that. Feel into the having today. Having, having, having. I hope that brought you some peace today. That's what I'm looking at. That's it. There's a free webinar if you want to have a look, and it talks about goals, paradigms, and self-image. It's something that can really help you. Goals, remember, is something that's already been done. You just get on the frequency of it. You are a frequency. You are a vibration. Get on the frequency of what you want. That's it. That's your work. It's remembering that when somebody says something to you, do not deny it. Do not do your affirmations in the morning and then spend the rest of your day looking for it. because you're just confirming and demonstrating you haven't got it. Have the most blessed day.